on what is it today? Tuesday? Tuesday. We're gonna look at some old school wrestlers and talk about them on Fire Pro Wrestling. It's a video game that if you ever played it, damn good. See who I have downloaded in this game. I use this game for fantasy wrestling. All my fantasy I do on this channel, but we're gonna look at old school wrestlers tonight. Let's see who's here. Let's just take a look. Right here we got Meng. A lot of people say he's one of the toughest guys in the history of pro wrestling. Andre the Giant says he's one of the toughest guys in the history of pro wrestling, better known as a coup in the WWE. We got Cesaro. I don't know. I think he's in AEW now. I'm not 100% sure, but AJ Styles, the phenomenal one here. I saw he just won Match of the Year with John Cena. I think as ESPN, I think rated it, or was it Pro Wrestling Illustrated? One of the two big ones. I agree too. That was by far the most memorable match of 2025. Got Adam Cole. That looks decent in this game. I've seen better ones. Got another AJ Styles right here, the red version instead of the blue. Got Aleister Black here. That guy, he's somebody I still think can be a huge star. He's never gotten his fair shot, I'll say. There's Road Warrior Animal, one half of the greatest tag team of all time. Looks really good in this game too. That's a sick edit. Apollo Crews. Here's someone I haven't seen in a long time. I don't think he's in WWE anymore, but I thought this guy could have been a big star. Looks pretty good in this game. It's pretty good edit. The legendary Arn Anderson, master of the Spine Buster, enforcer of the Four Horsemen. Good edit. There's a bunch of Arn Andersons. We got this Arn. We got that Arn too. I'd probably say this one's the best. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Arn Anderson, to be honest. Let's see who else we got here. Balls Mahoney. For any ECW fan out there, Balls Mahoney. That guy. Zoom up on him. Pretty good edit, too, for this 2D game, Fire Pro Wrestling World. There's Dave Batista. Saw a picture of him recently, and he's like half the man he was in terms of size. He's getting older, obviously, but he's really lost a lot of muscle. What's going on? I'm not the real Roblox. How you doing tonight? We're basically just looking at some old school wrestlers, new wrestlers in this Fire Pro Wrestling game I got. Got Big E Langston here. This is a guy, Big E, that, man, had it not been for his injury, I think he would have been, man, highlighting I don't know how many WrestleManias. What's going on, mama's girl? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're just basically looking at some wrestlers and talking wrestling tonight. Here we got Big Van Vader, one of my all-time favorites of all time. This guy, the Mastodon, the Beast. So many classic matches. Should have been world champion in WWE. He should have won it at SummerSlam when he fought Shawn Michaels. I'm sure for those that remember that match, he should have won it. He was red hot. So what else we got here? We got Billy Gunn, the badass Billy Gunn. I believe he's still in AEW. Obviously his heyday was back in the DX tag team with Road Dogg. I believe John Cena is on here, Roblox. We're in the B's right now, but I'm almost positive I got a John Cena in here. And you can download. This is Fire Pro Wrestling World. You can get it for the Steam. I think it's also for PlayStation. There's every guy in the world you can download. So I can definitely download them. This is Bobby Roode, TNA legend. There's Bray Wyatt. Looks really good. I mean, especially for 2D, those some good tattoos. Whoever made that. We got Braun Strowman here, another guy. I just how this guy. Obviously, he was former. I think he won the world title in WWE. He was put in some high profile matches, but how that guy wasn't multi-time WrestleMania main eventer, I'll never know. Here's Flying Brian Pillman. Early days back in the NWA WCW era. There's 2 Brian Pillmans. I've done a short on this channel about it. There's this Brian Pillman, and then you got the loose cannon Brian Pillman. The loose cannon Brian Pillman, in my opinion, was his prime heyday. But this is also a good one. Early WCW NWA Brian Pillman was good. Oh, here's Brody Lee. What a unfortunate story with this guy. Oh, Brock Lesnar right here. This guy looks pretty good too. Good edit. Yes, Hulk Hogan is in the game as well. So what else we got? Some of these guys are like fancy wrestlers. Oh, here's Bruno Sammartino. I asked this question the other day, Roblox, or anyone else on here if anyone's got an opinion. Bruno Sammartino or Roman Reigns? Who had the more impressive reign? This guy held up for 8 years. 8 years. Now, obviously, it's a different time now. You defend it more. There's television and everything. So Roman Reigns, you could argue, had a more impressive reign. But 8 years. I don't think it'll ever be topped. There's Bruiser Brody, legend of the territory days. Was unfortunately stabbed to death in a Puerto Rican shower. Wrestling. Just a crazy story. Some fancy guys here. Oh, there's the monster himself. We'll skip him. Oh, we got CM Punk right here. World champion of Raw right now. Thought it was a great main event last night against Braun Breaker, but I would not have had Braun Breaker lose cleanly and get pinned in the middle of the ring 1, 2, 3. I also didn't like how they made the Vision look so weak. I mean, every single member of the Vision came out. CM Punk was able to basically just swat them all away like flies. A bunch of lightweights come out, just taking care of these big heavyweights. It was that part I didn't like. The overall match I did, though. Here's a younger Cody Rhodes back. I think this is probably his, when he was like that model character, when he wore a mask to the ring, / when he went to the Indies. Oh, wow. Here's, for those that really are students of the sport, here's Dan Severn. Blew Dan Severn. He was in WWE for a long time, obviously. He was obviously a UFC star. He had one of the longest NWA title reigns of all time, but he never defended it. So, here's Daniel Bryan. This is probably the Yes Movement. Daniel Bryan. Just wow. What a reign he had there for a couple of years. Ooh, Davey Boy Smith, but for some reason in this game he's red. Davey Boy Smith, if he had a really bad sunburn, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't look the best. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that edit. Here's Dean Ambrose. Looks pretty good. Never a huge fan of Dean Ambrose, to be honest. Here's Dino Bravo, though. Legend of the 80s in the WWE. One of the strongest guys, I guess, in the history of pro wrestling. There's Dolph Ziggler. He looks okay. Needs blonder hair, though. Oh, there's the legend himself, Dusty Rhodes. I've done, I don't know how many shorts on this channel. Hundreds, if not thousands. And just about every time you do a short on Dusty Rhodes, it gets so many views, so much interaction. This man is beloved. This man, if you go by YouTube, just popularity, this guy is the most popular wrestler ever. I mean, this guy, I'm telling you, you post something on this guy, people are interested. Just a legend. Here's another Dusty Rhodes. So this appears to be kind of WWE polka dot type one, and then this one's the NWA Classic. Here's actually Eddie Guerrero. This is a good one. This is gosh, he wore this in WCW for a little bit. I think ECW. So kind of a look that he didn't wear a lot, but definitely wore it. Ooh, now this is good. Rated R Superstar Edge. This guy looks great. This is a great edit. Good tattoos, good face. Whoever made this, very good. Got a bunch of just fantasy guys here. Here's, whoa, there we go. There's Demon Finn Balor. Pretty good. Face is kind of off though, in my opinion, but great, amazing tattoos. There's another guy. What happened to Finn Balor? I mean, he was part of Judgment Day tag team. This guy was red hot for a while. I think he was champion for a while. He got hurt. I think that's kind of what did him in. Oh wow, just a Freddy Krueger. Looks amazing. Freddy Krueger was actually in the character Freddy Krueger was in a Japanese hardcore league for a while in the 90s, so I guess he is a wrestling character. Oh wow, Glacier. Who remembers Glacier from the WCW? When I first saw this guy, I remember I was a kid. I grew up in the 90s. When I saw Glacier, I was like, this guy's the next Sting. I don't know if it was the blonde hair or what it was, but man, was I wrong. Man. He was not the next Sting. Here's Goldberg. Great looking Goldberg. Huge fan of Goldberg in the 90s. That guy, that streak he had, this guy was white hot. Oh wow, Gorilla Monsoon. There's a flashback to the past. As well as Greg the Hammer Valentine here. Face doesn't look the best. Oh wow, Hayabusa. For those that know Japanese pro wrestling, this guy's a legend and had a tragic end to his career. Let's scroll down a little bit. Let's see if we can find John Cena for you. I might not have a John. Wow, I don't have a John Cena downloaded. I'm in the Jays right now, and we got Jeff Hardy here. Looks pretty sick. But shockingly, there's not a John Cena. Let's see if there's a Hulk Hogan. I don't have Hulk Hogan downloaded either. That's amazes me. Apologize, Roblox. Here's Jake the Snake Roberts. Legend. Just a legend. One of my favorite characters of all time, Jake the Snake. Should have been WWE World Champion. Can't believe we never got it. Oh wow, John Tenta, Earthquake himself, part of one half of the Natural Disasters. Underrated. Very smooth in the ring, very athletic, very underrated. Oh wow, Kamala. This is a good looking guy. Some of the funniest interviews is Kamala. He didn't talk. He just made some kind of a weird noise. Oh, there's Ken Shamrock. For a while, he was really popping off in WWE. I thought he was going to be world champion. Really not sure what happened. Intercontinental champion. I mean, he was definitely rising. Here's Kenny Omega. Great looking Kenny Omega here. Ooh, Kerry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado himself. Love this guy. What a story, that family. I'm glad they finally made a movie on it. Here's Kevin Nash, Big Sexy himself. Part of the most, not the best gang of all time in my opinion. I think you gotta give probably the Horsemen that. But I would say the most influential gang of all time, the NWO. Changed wrestling forever. Kevin Sullivan. Guy has a lot of tall tales on YouTube. Kevin Owens. That does not look good. Kind of looks like Sheamus, to be honest. Oh, there's Coco Beware. The Birdman himself. Oh, here we go. Probably my third favorite wrestler of all time, Kurt Angle. I think I'd probably go Shawn Michaels, Ultimate Warrior, and Kurt Angle. Just from my own personal different stages of life, growing up watching wrestling, those would be the three. Kurt Angle from just a pure wrestling standpoint. Shawn Michaels from both his Generation X days. I mean, I grew up in the 90s. Just so entertaining. And his matches, obviously. And then Ultimate Warrior was just, I mean, a cartoon character came to life. Here's Mr. Canada himself, Lance Storm. Ooh, we got Magnum TA here. Another legend of the sport right here. Too long to go into the Magnum TA story, but if you don't know who Magnum TA is, I would suggest looking him up. If you like to look up, you know, old school wrestling, look up Magnum TA. Unfortunate what happened to him. Here's Marty Jannetty. I still, to this day, I did a short on this not too long ago. I think Marty Jannetty could have had a bigger career. And I'm not saying he could have been Shawn Michaels, but I think he could have had a bigger career. Had a lot of talent. Here's Masato Tanaka. Mike Awesome, Masato Tanaka. Look up any of their ECW matches. Some of the best matches you'll ever see. Delete. Speaking of Mike Awesome, here he is right here. In my opinion, the most underrated big man in the history of wrestling. That man could do things in the ring that lightweights couldn't dream about doing. Got Emma Swawa, for those people that, you know, again, old school Japanese wrestler, a legend in Japan. Mortis, wow. Guy looks sick. Very good looking Mortis. We got Nick Aldis here. For those that are, so he's GM of SmackDown right now. Nick Aldis in the NWA, back when Power was really popular, it was, you know, before COVID. The Power, NWA, Nick Aldis. I think he held the title for some north of it. It was a few years. Unbelievable champion, unbelievable reign. I missed those Power episodes back in the day. Here's Nikolai Volkov, just a classic, legendary 80s heel. Got some fantasy guys here. Let's see the next. Pedro Morales. They're going way back in time. WWF World Champion. Ooh, here's Psychosis. For those WCW 1990s fans. This guy put on a lot of good matches. Turn on a match with him and Rey Mysterio, or him and Ultimo Dragon, or him and Dean Malenko. Back in the day, those cruiserweight matches were so good, so innovative. Although those matches were going on all around the world, they just brought it to the American shores, is really all they did. Ooh. Here's NWO Macho Man. This guy, wow. I mean, he's one of those one-of-one guys. You'll never see another Macho Man. Just the total package, you'll never see it again. Speaking of Macho Man, here's the WWE. I think this is actually his WrestleMania 3 gear. Just looks sick. Oh, we got a couple Nature Boys here now. So we got here's Ric Flair. Let me think what decade this is. Shorter hair. I would say this is probably late 90s Ric Flair. And then right here you probably got 80s Ric Flair with that kind of mullet type thing he had going on. And then we got, oh, again, late 80s, early 90s Ric Flair. I would say probably his prime. Ooh, we got Ravishing Rick Rude here. Now this, Rick Rude, legend, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest pro wrestlers of all time. You can go on and on about him. I think if Rick Rude was around today, with social media, everything that's going on, or if he would have had his prime in the Attitude Era, that same character in his prime, I think he would be Mount Rushmore. He had that much talent. Well, here's another Rick Rude here. Now, this is my favorite Rick Rude. His longer hair. I think this is actually the tights he was using when he was feuding with the Ultimate Warrior. That was my favorite feud of all time with Rude, and from Rude's career was him and Warrior. Oh, Ricky Steamboat, legend, absolute legend. One of the true good guys of the sport, Ricky Steamboat. Here's the Road Dogg, Jesse James, one half of one of the greatest tag teams of all time. I mean, these were main event level. A main event level tag team. I could probably think of 5 off the top of my head that reached that level. You can go Road Warriors, New Age Outlaws. I mean, these guys could main event any pay-per-view, any Raw. They were that over. I would actually say the New Day in their peak were like a main event level tag team. I think you can go with the Usos. Trying to think maybe some older teams. And the Steiners I would go with. I would say those 5 teams are actual main event level teams. Speaking of the Road Warriors, you got Road Warrior Animal here, and you got Road Warrior Hawk. Animal, amazing. Obviously, the tag team, you needed both of them. I always thought that Road Warrior Hawk could have been a world champion. Similar with Animal and Hawk, very similar in terms of their wrestling style, really everything. Hawk just had that voice, that iconic voice, though. I don't know. I think he could have had a singles run. I think Animal could have too. I think Hawk could have been a world champion. Rob Van Dam himself. This guy in the ECW, WWE too, obviously he peaked and everything, but man, mid-90s to late 90s RVD, the best around. And what happened to the screen went black. There we go. We're back. Rob Van Dam. For some reason I got Rocky Balboa. I mean, he fought Thunder Lips. He fought Hulk Hogan, right? You got Roddy Piper again. I apologize for my monitor. It's kind of going in and out for some reason. Roddy Piper, greatest talker of all time. There's only one guy today that I think possibly could overtake him, and that's MJF in AEW. Oh, here we go. The head of the table himself, Roman Reigns. Talk about he was always great. The big dog, Shield, man, Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. He's one again. I said like Macho Man. You'll never see it again. Samoa Joe. Wow, looks really good. Good looking Samoa Joe. Had his best days in TNA in my opinion. He's a TNA original. Ooh, here we go. Scott Steiner. My favorite Scott Steiner too. Scott Steiner was Big Papa Pump. He was world champion. There's a lot of iterations of Scott Steiner. This Steiner with this look with Rick Steiner, that's my favorite of all time. Here we got the visionary himself, Seth Rollins. Love the guy. Oh, here we go. I mentioned earlier my favorite wrestler of all time, Shawn Michaels. There's a few iterations of him. We got Rocker Shawn Michaels. And here we go. We got the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. This is probably, mid to late 90s Shawn Michaels. Just couldn't be touched. He was that good in the ring. Here we got Shelton Benjamin. Looks pretty good. Face is kind of off, though, to be honest with you. Ooh. Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, that's a good-looking Nakamura right there. Here we got Sid Vicious. Gene Sid Vicious, which was kind of late-day WCW. Also ECW, I think he wore jeans, too. Here we go. Stan Hansen. If you like JBL, you can thank this guy right here, Stan Hansen. Everything. His persona, the lariat. This guy was the original JBL. Oh, here we go. Sting. The best Sting, too. I did a short on this as well. So many good Stings. Crow, Wolfpack. Joker Sting in the TNA. Again, one of my favorites. You can't beat this one, though. Spiky hair, blonde-haired, 80s, early 90s Sting. You can't beat it. Here we go with Super Crazy. Yes, the Lariat, Von Erich. The Lariat is right. And the Stinger. Oh, yeah. You can't beat those WCW NWA guys, Eric. Every time I see... When one of them pops up here, I get excited. Here we got Tajiri. I don't know if you remember this guy from WWE. Solid. Kind of remind me of the Great Muta. He did the Mist. Very, very similar in the ring, Tajiri. I don't know what happened to him. Here we got the Barbarian from, about 80s WWE. Yep, Super Crazy in ECW. He's been a lot of good matches. I was a fan of Super Crazy. His name fit. Oh, here we go. The Iron Sheik himself. Mr. I will humble you with a camel clutch. Mr. I hate Hulk Hogan. some of his stuff on Twitter you can find. My God, he went off the rails a little bit. Oh, wow. The Sandman from ECW. Did Steve Austin steal a lot of his character from Sandman? I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of similarities, I'll say that. Here's the Ultimate Warrior. Second favorite wrestler of all time. Just, again, a cartoon character come to life. Non-stop energy. Just an amazing look. Not the best in-ring wrestler, but, I mean, I was, like I said, I was a kid when I was watching Ultimate Warrior, and it just, I still, like I said, he's a cartoon character come to life. Oh, here we go. Gray Glove Undertaker. What, 1991, 1992, I think, somewhere around that time frame. Man, when this guy came on the scene, scary. To this day, in my opinion, the best character of all time. I still think I still believe he's undead. I think I'll go to my grave thinking it. He was that good at selling his character. He was jacked. Now, some of these guys are just like fantasy guys that you can download, so they're not real. But here we go. Triple H. Oh yeah, 2007 was definitely, yep. This right here is older day Triple H. Kind of like, honestly, kind of what he looks like now, his head. Yeah, what can you say about Triple H? Oh yeah, yep. Here we got Ultimo Dragon. For those that remember the WCW Cruiserweight division, it was Ultimo Dragon, man. He had a little bit in the WWE as well, but it was WCW where he really hit it big. Obviously Japan and everything if you want to go even further back, but yeah, I agree. Bald-headed Triple H. Yeah, or took over the business. Yeah, I agree. Raw's been terrible lately. I don't know what's going on. I mean, Raw was kind of, I mean, WB really turned the corner, was producing a good product there for a while, and man, it's in the dumps right now. Yeah, he did. Oh, wow, here's another Ultimo Dragon variation there. That's pretty cool. Oh, wow. Here's Umaga. Talk about Samoan bloodline legacy. This guy right here, Jacob Fatu reminds me a lot of Umaga. So, you know, very close, very similar to how they wrestle and everything. Man, Umaga was the real deal, though. Here's Vampiro. Best probably remember for WCW. Really big in Mexico, but WCW, he kind of hit it big, too. He had a really good feud with Sting. Good character, good wrestler. I like him all around. Lost 1 million fans by moving from Fox to USA and giving a guy who literally made AEW with a different billionaire, and no one points that out. Yeah, totally agree. And talk about the money grab now, Eric. I mean, look at it. How many different, like, you have to have Peacock, you have to have Netflix, you have to have ESPN, you know, you have to have cable if you want to watch. Yeah, dude, how much money do you have to spend in a month just to watch WWE's full product? And, you know, a lot of people are, you know, NBA's moving that direction. Just sellouts, you know. Just, yeah, unbelievable. Oh, wow. For some reason, Vlad Dracula is downloaded. He's so fluorescent, my phone can barely make him out, but agreed. It's you know, on the stream tonight, and I've got a lot of these 80s, 90s guys, and yeah, it's like there's no personality in wrestling anymore. A lot of guys are just tights. They go out there, they flip around, they do a couple moves here and there, but I mean, look at back in the day, going up to Jake the Snake. Guy had a great character. He had a DDT, and when he hit that DDT, the match was over. You know, you don't need a lot of these flips and everything now. You know, you just need a good character, and you need to be able to sell your match. It did. That's actually a great point. Daniel Bryan, the whole Yes movement started it. And now, yeah, now it's just like, you know, guys out there that look, you know, you really honestly gross, right? Like not believable champions. Great wrestler, can be on the card, but world champion, I don't know. He was over, that's for sure. You can't dispute his you know, how much fans loved him. Oh, we made it to the very bottom of the list here. Now with this game, you can download anybody. Now here's New Japan Pro Wrestling, but these, you know, I don't know how many people know New Japan guys. Yeah, I kind of made it through the list. Kind of wanted to show off some of the guys in this game here tonight. I'm trying to think who's my favorite guy I kind of saw tonight. There's so many good ones in this game. Again, you can download it. There's variations of basically every single one of these guys, but go back to Kurt Angle. I was thinking about actually just thinking about the other day. I think I made a short on it. What the best Kurt Angle was. Honestly, I'd go TNA. You want to go quality of matches, just classics? Obviously, he's got a ton of WWE. His TNA matches were unbelievable. 2006, yeah. I mean, it's funny to say because, you know, he's you know, WrestleMania and all these matches he's put on. His TNA matches with AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, and just, you can go on and on. Yep. Totally. He was, yeah, just, to me, he's the best in-ring, pound-for-pound wrestler of all time. His match with Shawn Michaels, again, this wasn't TNA, but his match with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania, man, what a clinic that was. He did. He lost his hair. But yeah, I'm gonna download some more of these guys, and I'm gonna go back. I'm do another one. This is kind of fun, guys. So it's good chatting and everything. Everyone, if you liked it, you know, feel free to follow the channel. I got a lot of shorts and stuff, and I'll be going live again soon here. So it's good talking with you, Eric, and everyone on here, and we'll talk soon. We'll leave you with Jake the Snake Roberts.